Alright, it is Tuesday, November 16th, and I am driving from my barbershop here in South Minneapolis to my house in Northeast Minneapolis. So, just like in my previous videos, I will be fast forwarding through the, boring parts of it that are just, straight driving. But there's some fairly busy streets that we'll be traversing here, so I'm going to give it some throttle here. I don't want it stopping there. So as you can see, not a great start there with that first turn. And just like by my house, there's that little bit of it's a kind of a mix between a turn lane, and where the bike lanes kind of merge together. Planner does not seem to want to use those at all, so it's definitely an issue around the Twin Cities. There's plenty of those type of turn lanes there. So hoping in 10.5, this is obviously FSD beta 10.4, they fix that at some point. But anyways, the car was just kind of, for whatever reason, hitting the brake, hitting the accelerator, hitting the brake again, so I just reported some feedback there. See what's going on. Let's see if it goes around this bus here as it should. Yep, that was awesome. I've seen that be hit or miss sometimes, where it's going to actually confidently pass, a car that's kind of hanging out in the middle of the lane. Sometimes it just, refuses to do it. Sometimes it does it without hesitation, so. So again, a little jerkiness as we approach the intersection there. Alright, I'm going to see what it does here. It should stop because that bus is stopping to pick somebody up. Alright, we're running out of time, so I'm going to give it a little accelerator, and it looks like I have to give it accelerator to get it through the intersection. Alright. So, I may be being a little bit overzealous with the report functionality here inside of the FSD software, but anytime it does something I just kind of wouldn't do myself, I'm just reporting it. So I hopefully am not inundating the developers with a bunch of garbage data that they don't want to see, but hopefully it's useful for training purposes, and they're able to address these things that I find, in subsequent builds. So I'm gonna get over. Actually, the car put us in a lane here that people are able to park on the side of the road at this time of day. So I just try to cancel that lane change there because obviously there's some more cars parked here. All right. Car is very hesitant on making this turn here, so I'm going to give it a little accelerator, but I'm just trying to, I don't know what line it was taking through that corner there, but it wanted to like traverse the through the pedestrian, which is not great. It obviously wasn't going to go, but I took over there just because I did not like the way it was inconfidently turning there. We just exited 35W, and we are going to be taking the Johnson Street exit. So Johnson Street for a long time was under construction for like, I don't know, pretty much the entire summer of this year into the fall here. So they just opened up the new road. And what I thought was interesting was the navigation on the way to the barbershop didn't want to use the new stretch of road, even though it's open. I'm guessing just because the maps are out of date. However, after going, I actually let it drive on FSD and I canceled the navigation. Now it looks like, according to the map, the navigation, it looks like it's going to take that route now. So I kind of wonder now if Tesla is actually not updating the maps because they're actually letting it kind of self-learn based on what FSD or what the cameras are actually seeing and what the driver is doing, and then updating the maps automatically that way. If that's the case, then that maybe explains why then the maps are still showing out of date, but yet it's recognizing that some of these roads and stretches are actually, now open again and reflecting the actual status of the road. So interesting. We'll have to kind of see other roads where that might be the case, where if it figures it out. I mean, there's other roads on 35 like that use autopilot itself that are still wrong, so we'll see. It looks like it wants to put us in the turn lane here, so maybe my hypothesis here, I'm gonna just take over. So I'm going to report that, but that is completely a mapping issue. The right lane is now just the one that goes straight versus before it was kind of flip-flop. So maybe the maps are still just truly out of date and they're not really doing anything to address them. Who knows at this point? It's all just a conjecture at this point. Hesitation there. I'm not sure why. You can tell the car hit the brakes a little bit there for what I could see, no apparent reason. But so that was pretty cool. Again, we had a bus on the right hand side and the car did a great job. So far on this trip, 2 for 2, no issues passing that bus that was dropping off and picking up passengers, so pretty cool. We got some construction, it looks like up ahead, where they're doing some road work here, so we'll see how it does here. It's kind of a tight squeeze between this dumpster and the cone, so I'm gonna be ready to take over. Oh, did a great job. That was awesome. Again, so very, very tight space, and it navigated, appropriately. Didn't slow down too much, and seemed pretty confident. So the car hit the brakes a little bit there, but honestly, it slowed down. I would have done the same, coming through that area there with the cones. So that was, I think, a good safety maneuver there. So you'll notice the car will, this hasn't changed at all on any of the FSD builds, but you notice the car kind of hangs out way to the right to make this left turn. There's plenty of room. Again, it doesn't need to do that. So on top of, properly leveraging those turn lanes that are kind of like, car/bike lanes coming together, I really wish it would make those like left turns, like that, more tighter, I guess, in future builds. So a lot of hesitation. It's always struggled at that stop sign, and that's been consistent throughout all the FSD builds. So nothing different with 10.4, unfortunately. Alright, and we're home. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.